Hello YouTube friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Ellie and today I'm going to be telling you all about the wonderful world of content creation. Do you want to become a content creator? Are you a creative person and you want to showcase that on social media? Then fear not, I'm here to give you some tips and tricks on exactly how to do that. I'm going to try and cover everything in this video, from how to start off, posting schedules, setting your rates for collabs, feeling awkward on camera, hate comments, and the dreaded algorithm, woo, which is basically a creator's worst enemy. Also, sorry for the ring light glare on my glasses. Woo, looks like I'm hypnotizing you. Okie dokie, I'm gonna kick things off by telling you guys a little bit about my personal journey with content creation. I've been a creator for 5 whole years now, and here's how that started. So growing up, I was quite a creative person and I always knew I wanted to sort of find my own path in life and be self-employed, but I was never like 100% on a job. I firstly went to college and studied music technology because music is my life really. And then a few years later, I went to university and I studied animal conservation because animals are better than humans. My time at uni actually coincided with lockdown in 2020, where everyone was at home, a bit bored, spending loads of time on their phones. And it was at this time where content creation, especially on TikTok, really blew up. I remember my first experience with TikTok was when my boyfriend uploaded the stupidest video. We were outside of Tesco and the O had fallen off, so it just said Tesk, and he stood in front of it and simply said Tesk. And it got 20,000 views, which obviously we both found hilarious. And at that point I was like, oh damn, like I could probably do this and grow an audience. There is no instruction book when it comes to being a content creator, so I just kind of had to figure it all out on my own. I started off by doing a lot of TikTok dances and trends, and I even tried makeup in the e-girl style that was very big in 2020. I even tried Twitch streaming as well, and this lasted for about 6 months, and then out of nowhere one day, bang, my TikTok got permanently banned at about 30k followers. No idea why this happened, but this won't be the first time it's happened to me. I actually had my Instagram of about 70k permanently banned out of nowhere overnight. I'm telling you, if you want to be a content creator on social media, it will push you to your limit sometimes. After this happened, I felt like the style of content I was making wasn't really personal enough to me, so I changed it up and I found my niche. I decided to go back to my roots, create a new account, and start making content about music and alternative fashion. It is so important to find your niche when you're first starting out. This is the reason why people will come back to your page and watch your videos. Ask yourself, what do you like? Is it makeup, football, fashion, music? I would suggest sticking to 1 or 2 niches for your main content, otherwise it can become a little bit confusing for your audience. What I do on my Instagram page is I use the highlights feature to post about anything else that I'm interested in, for example, vegan food and video games. This way you can still post about your interests, but it doesn't clog up your main feed. And over on my TikTok, I have playlists for different videos within my niche. For example, song challenges, concert vlogs, and outfit videos. Some creators even have completely separate accounts for their different niches, but that can be a lot more work, so that is completely up to you. So after you found your niche, you want to create your posting schedule. I personally keep track of everything I do in my little diary. That was my pen. I'll give you guys an example of my posting schedule that I've just created for this year. So on Mondays, I do any admin and catch up with emails from the weekend. On Tuesdays, I create 7 TikToks for the week ahead. On Wednesdays, I do a little bit of research and write up my rough YouTube script. And lastly, on Thursdays, I film and edit my YouTube video. I'm going to be posting on TikTok daily, Instagram and YouTube Shorts 3 times a week, and 1 main YouTube video once a week. Obviously, your schedule doesn't have to look like that. That was just an example. A suggestion is, if you have a job outside of social media or commitments elsewhere, you could take maybe an evening or 2 per week to plan and create your videos. One of the most important things to remember is consistency is key if you want to grow an audience. Daily posts on TikTok really allowed me to open up my page to new followers and grow to 100k. It took me personally about 2 years to get to 100k TikTok followers. However, growth is very different for every creator. I know of other creators that post daily on Instagram too, and I think it's it's all about just that momentum of keeping your viewers' attention once you have it. That being said, I have strayed from my schedule many times. I might be having a down day or my mental health isn't that great, so I just give myself a break from it. And sometimes I'll just lose motivation and hit a creativity block. In times like that, it's important not to be hard on yourself, and I think one thing I've learned is that even if you have a job or a hobby that you absolutely love, you need a break from it every now and then. I would definitely suggest following other creators within your niche and creating mutuals. Supporting your fellow creators really does go a long way, and you might even up making friends. I'm lucky enough that I met some other alternative content creators who are all really supportive and lovely. So make sure you harness the power of friendship and supporting each other. Now, interacting with your audience is also one of the best things that you can do to grow your page. It allows you to form a deeper connection with them so they are more interested in you as a person and what you want to post about. Interacting with your audience can be done in a variety of different ways. This includes Q&As, showing a day in your life, posting stories and captions with questions in, answering comments and replying to DMs, and speaking on camera. Dun dun dun! Now, I understand speaking on camera can be really weird and daunting at first. To be honest, I still find it a little bit difficult myself. But with anything, the more you do it, the more you will just kind of relax and find your flow with it. As the old saying goes, practice makes perfect. Literally just set up your phone in your room, write yourself a little script if you need to, and give it a go. The worst thing that's going to happen is you'll watch it back and you'll cringe at yourself. And I promise you, like 99% of creators have probably cringed at themselves at some point. The best thing to do is embrace it. Who really cares at the end of the day? I think this is the main thing that stops people from doing social media, is feeling a bit awkward or nervous on camera. If you are able to push past that feeling of being a bit cringy or feeling a bit embarrassed, you'll be surprised at how quickly that feeling will go away and you will just grow in confidence. Speaking directly to your audience and showing your personality is a great way to keep engagement so they click on your story wondering what you're up to next. I will say I'm quite a reserved person myself, so when I come on camera, I try and be my most authentic self. Try not to change how you act on camera versus real life. Don't Mr. Beastify yourself with loads of shouting and text popping up everywhere. There are a million Mr. Beast-like creators out there, and there's only one of you. So I truly think if you are your true authentic self on camera, then people are gonna love that. Also, a little side note, as for filming equipment, I just film with my iPhone. I have this tiny little microphone, which isn't really that great. I'm hoping to upgrade it soon. And I use this ring light. It's really good. It plugs in, so it never runs out of charge. And I also have this little portable one as well. So now you've built a bit of a following, you might be asked by a brand to collab. I remember when I had my first ever collab, and it was the coolest feeling in the entire world. As a sort of general breakdown, there's two different types of collabs that you can do. The first type is gifted, where you will be sent some PR products for free to wear or test in a post. And then there's paid collabs, where you get the PR product and you get paid to advertise it as well. Another type of collab is a sound promotion, where you get paid to use a certain song on your post. This is normally to promote an artist's new song or album that's coming out. Think of it like this. 10-20 years ago, companies would send their adverts into radio or TV stations to advertise their products. There'd be a chance that maybe one person per household listening is their target audience. However, now companies can reach out to creators whose entire following of maybe thousands of people are exactly the audience that they want. This means that brands get a lot more sales that way, and you as a creator are very valuable to them. Collabs don't always depend on the size of your following number either. It's always quality over quantity for a lot of brands. So don't be disheartened if you have a small following, you can definitely still land collabs. I will add that you probably won't get rich from doing this. I think a common misconception is that being a content creator, you get loads of money, but it's not really like that unless you get super lucky and you kind of just explode and grow a massive following out of nowhere. For an average creator, it's fairly hard to earn a living off of this, and you'll probably need something else on the side as well to support you. Advice I can offer on collabs is, firstly, you want to create a business email. Have that in your bio or have it as an email button on your page. This is so brands can easily reach out to you with no fuss. Next, you want to set your rates. Every creator is different with this again. How I personally choose to do it is I have a list of certain things that I charge for. For example, one Instagram story, one Instagram carousel post, post, 1 reel and 1 TikTok. I also charge brands if they want to use my content in their own ads. The rate that you choose is completely personal to you and what you see best. I have experienced brands being a bit cheeky in the past, trying to get things for free or trying to get something for very, very cheap. Obviously, it's okay to budget with a brand, ask them what their budget is for creators and come to some sort of agreement. I think one of the most important things is standing your ground in a polite way and knowing the value of your platform. I personally always take payment through PayPal as well, so I have a separate PayPal set up just for business. Remember to stay professional and friendly when you're talking to brands as well. You don't want to scare them away. The last bit of advice on this I would say is pick and choose which collabs you want. You definitely don't have to say yes to everything. Especially if it's not within your niche, it might end up looking a bit misplaced on your feed or like an obvious ad. For example, my niche is alt music and fashion, but I have been offered collabs from bra companies, car companies, that rhymes, contact lens companies, kitchen appliance companies. If I took every single one of those collabs, I think my audience would be very confused and just kind of see right through it as being maybe a little bit inauthentic. For me, I only take collabs of products or songs that I genuinely like or will use myself, and I think my audience will like and use as well. When I first started putting myself out onto the internet, I had no idea how weird and crazy and mean some people can be. At first, I used to fight back and insult them back and try and get one up on them, but I am promising you now, that is the worst thing that you can possibly do. The only reason why someone will personally attack you for your looks or the way you act or the way you talk is because they're not a happy person themselves. I truly believe people only argue on the internet because it fills some kind of void within them. Maybe it gives them a little adrenaline rush, a little kick that they wouldn't feel elsewhere. It's really sad, and in most cases they just want your attention and they want the satisfaction of knowing that they got under your skin. Just don't give it to them. If I ever get a nasty comment, I just block and delete it straight away. I never ever feed into it or give the person attention. And I'm telling you now, the sooner I done that, the less and less nasty comments I started to get. And just think, if someone comes to your page and insults you, imagine how many other people's pages they've probably been on that day. Be the bigger person here. Don't take comments too personally, just block, delete, and move on for your own peace of mind. Picture this, you're a content creator. You have lots of pictures and videos of yourself online. One day you log onto Instagram and people are sending you messages and screenshots of fake accounts of you. Prepare yourself because this will happen. To be fair, even if you're not a creator, this still happens to people anyway. But being a creator with lots of online content, you are kind of opening yourself up to those scam or fake accounts. The best way to combat this is contacting the platform directly, although they're not normally that helpful. For TikTok, I use their feedback form. I have had replies from this form within 2 weeks of submitting it and within 6 months. It's very hit or miss. For Instagram, I am actually Meta verified. It is $11.99 a month, it's a subscription, but it does give you direct access to support at Instagram. You can chat with someone there within like a few minutes. So it's up to you to decide whether that's worth it or not. If you don't want to rely on the platforms to take the accounts down themselves, you can always use BranditScan or Rolter. Again, these are paid subscriptions, so it's up to you whether you think this is worth it or not, but they are basically sites that can send DMCA takedowns or delist things from Google on your behalf. I'm personally subscribed to BranditScan because it's cheaper than Rolter. We love a bargain around here. This isn't an ad, by the way, I just thought it would be useful information for you guys. If you do want to check out BranditScan, I do have a referral link which I'll leave in the description box below. The algorithm. Forever changing. No man has ever been able to figure out the Instagram and TikTok algorithms. If you don't know what a social media algorithm is, basically every platform has one and it decides whether your content gets pushed to non-followers and your followers. This is something that me and my creator friends have struggled with a lot. You put a lot of hard work and effort into a video, you think it's great and you think people are going to love it, only for it to be stuck in the 200 view jail. I know firsthand how disheartening disheartening that can be, and you just kind of have to learn to accept it. Over the past 5 years of me being a content creator, I have had rock bottom views and into the millions. It really does go up and down all the time. It's like you're on a roller coaster. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there is much consistency in it. You might get lucky and have a viral video that gets loads and loads of views. You might want to cater your content to the more clickbait or rage bait style videos. Those tend to get quite a lot of views. Or if you just want to make something a bit more personal that won't get as many views but you get more satisfaction out of it. Completely up to you. Again, it's all learning and trial and error. In conclusion, you, yes you, can be a content creator. All you gotta do is sell your soul to the devil. Ha ha ha. I'm joking. All you have to do is be consistent, be dedicated, and most importantly, don't give up. It is definitely hard work and you won't get rich from it unless you get super duper lucky. And it's also a lot of fun. It gives you a lot of freedom to be whoever you want to be. Or maybe you just think the whole thing's silly and I should give it all up and get a proper job. If you have any other useful tips and tricks, you can leave them in the comment section down below. Or if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them. I hope this video helped some of you. I think I've given all the advice I have stored away in the little filing cabinets of my pea brain. Also, I'm not the biggest creator out there. I'm just giving advice from the perspective of someone with 110k on TikTok and 30k on Instagram, just to make that clear. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be uploading weekly this year. How exciting! I usually make silly little vlogs, so if that sounds like a bit of you, then please consider subscribing. I am so close to 1,000 subscribers, so literally any support means the entire world to me. Stay tuned and I'll see you very soon. Bye!